Okay, now we are working on figure 3 question 2d. First angle projection, front view is A, end view is B, looking from the right hand side. So what happens is that B will be drawn on the left side of the front view and the plan view will be drawn at the bottom. Okay, now look at this drawing. The plan view offers us the most amount of information. So I'm going to start my drawing, and I'm going to start drawing my plan view first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start somewhere here, and it's going to go for the plan view, right? The width is 80 millimeters and the length is 120 millimeters, and then it comes down. I'm going to project it across. And some of you are wondering, why don't you use the rectangle icon, Mr. Roy? Well, because I want to make use of the offsets. And if you use the rectangle icon when you offset, you get all four sides being offset at the time. The next thing that I want to look at is I want to draw this region here first, the fillet radius and the slot. Okay, we have to be careful that you do not presume the center of the slot is not the same center as the radius. Okay, why and how do you know? Well, you have a rough feel about it because they have given you the dimensions of the slot position, and that tells you quite a lot of things, right? That the center of this is not the same center as the R25. So that is something that you need to take note of. So you click fillet, type R for radius, followed by 25, and I will select this corner, and I will repeat the same command. Okay, and I've got that. And the next thing I will do is I'll go to the construction line, and I'll just draw, control right click, I'll choose the midpoint, and what I'll do is I'll offset it by 20 on each end. Then I will offset this side, the extreme right side, to be 20 as well. Oops, got the wrong side. Okay, I'll delete this, and actually I can convert this into my center line. Okay, and what I do is I lengthen it. Turn it over here. I don't need this center. Then I change from right here down. Turn it over here. Okay, and these two lines can be center lines. Next, the radius of the slot is 6 millimeters, so I can type in 6. Whoops, sorry, that was diameter. So I need to go radius of the slot is 6, right? And same one here, radius of the slot is 6. And I need to just increase this a little bit. And then I can draw the slot. Okay, and what I'll do next is I'll trim. Okay, then next I'm progressing over from this side to this line here, and this line is 35 millimeters from the right hand side, so that's what I'm going to do offset 35 millimeters. Select this line, and I can lengthen it, but what I can do also is extend, and it will extend to the next edge. Okay, what I'll do next is I'll start drawing this part of the square first, and this square is 30 millimeters by 26, so let's start doing that. 30 millimeters by 26, so going in by 30, then it goes in by 26, and it goes across. Actually good, and I can delete this. And there is a circle. There's a drill hole in the center, and the drill hole is offset by 15 millimeters and 13 millimeters. Okay, so it's 15 from the left, so I'll just use this line and 13 millimeters from the bottom. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll draw a circle, and this time round is a hole that's 16 millimeters deep, so the radius is 8. Okay, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to draw a larger circle to help me with my trim. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim. So I don't quite like the extend command. It can be quite cumbersome, and I need to delete this circle away. And these two lines are actually center lines. Okay, these two lines are center lines. Alright. Okay. Then this square leads all the way up here, and then there is a little rectangle, and the rectangle is offset by 15 millimeters. So it comes across here by 15, and then it goes down, but therein lies the problem. I don't know how far down it goes, so I'll just stop somewhere in between. Okay, and then yeah, better delete this line away. And then there is this edge that goes across to 50 millimeters. So what I can do is I can just delete this line away. Oh, that's a okay. And from this edge, it goes by 50 millimeters, and then it goes in by a certain distance, and I'm not sure what that distance is. And I know I'm just going to stop there halfway, and I know it's the width of that slot is 20 millimeters, so I'm going to draw 20 millimeters. Now I'll close up this line. Okay, and this is the cutout slot. This slot is this slot over here. Right, now the next square that I'm going to draw is this rectangle I'm going to draw is this 30 by 20. Okay, 30 by 20, and I know that it goes over here by 30 millimeters, comes down, and it goes down, right, by 30 millimeters as well. So 30 millimeters, and the width of this is 20, and then it goes up, right? So this thing here was drawn a little too close, so I should just shorten it a little bit. And oh yes, there I can offset this by, so you see the slot can actually be completed, right? Because I know there was an offset of 35 millimeters, so I'm going to offset the distance of 35. Let me do that command again, and I select the object to offset. Okay, and I'm going to trim. Maybe not trim yet, I'll extend. I'll extend this, and then I'll trim. Trim this away, this away, this away. Okay, and from this corner, there is a line that goes all the way down to this corner because of the chamfer. So you need to recognize the corners. And from there, it's actually this corner all the way to this corner here. So you can confidently draw a line that cuts across. Then what we do is we trim this away. And we have this this shape, okay, which is shown here. Alright, we have this shape that's shown there. Okay, and we're going to try and draw, oh, this over here would be a straight continuous line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend. Okay, that goes straight up. That goes straight up, right? And this is the plan view. Okay, for now. I am not able to complete this drawing because of this feature here. I don't know the length, and because I don't know the length, I wouldn't know where to draw the angled slope. Okay, so from this I will progress next to the construction lines, and I'll draw my horizontal lines. Then I'll draw my vertical lines. Okay, and I'll highlight everything, and I'll put them in draw order. Where's my draw order? Send, bring to front. Okay, then I'll offset them by 20 millimeters, and I'll offset this by 20 millimeters. Okay, so my front view will be at the top, end view will be on my left, and therefore the meter line will start from here. I'll put 180, tab 135 degrees. Okay, so then I have my 45-degree line. Now if you look at the front view, you know that the height is 75 millimeters. Okay, the height is 75, and the width which is the vertical, I can just extend here, right? So that is my this is my plan view, my front view, and my end view. Okay, then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw my front view, which is looking from A, and what I'll do is I'll draw features that I already know. Okay, and I'll try my best, and I can assure you that you will not be able to complete the front view as well due to missing dimensions. And then you will need to go on to the end view to try and draw it, and then you realize even the end view you cannot complete because of missing dimensions, and you have to do projections from the plan view through to the meter line and then back up to the end view. Okay, I'll show you what it means. So let's go to the front view and let's orientate ourselves. In the front view, I pretty much know that it's going to be a straight line. Okay, and let's try to draw this L shape first, right? So I'll go by 50, I'll go up by 30, I'll go in by 20, then I don't know what this distance is, so I'll go back again, or I can start from here or from the corner and I go up 45, go across 30. Okay, so that's that's what I'll do. I will go up by 45 and then I'll go across by 30. Excuse me. Then I'll go back down to the base, and the base is 50 millimeters, and I will go up by 30 and then I'll go in by 20 millimeters, then I'll go up. Okay, so I've effectively drawn this L shape, and that's here. Right. The next shape that I'll try to draw is this feature, the cutout channel, then this block over here. Okay, this feature has got a width of 20 millimeters, and then it goes up a certain distance. I'm not sure what that distance is. In fact, this one as well. I will just stop it here for a while and I'll continue later. Okay, and this one goes all the way to the end, and it goes up to what's the height, 30. Alright, then it goes across, alright, and it stops at this line here. Alright, it stops at this line here, and then there is the base of the triangle. What base of triangle am I talking about? I'm talking about this triangle here. So I drew across 35 and I'm going to draw across another segment. So I break the segments up so that later on it's easier for me to snap to it. See? Right? Now next is this part here is a straight line, and across is 15 millimeters. And then it goes down. It goes down to a 30 millimeter distance, right? Which is here. Goes down to a 30 millimeter distance. Hang on for a second. I think I will offset by 20, just to be sure. Okay, and then it's actually this distance here. Okay, so what happens is that this line here needs to extend out, right? It needs to extend out to a certain distance, and it crosses this point, and this point here goes all the way down. Okay, so I'll trim this away, and what I'm drawing is by right there's supposed to be another line that goes across here. Okay, and that's because of this, like a SIM card, right? Yeah, so I'm drawing a SIM card right now, but I can't finish the SIM card because I don't know this height. Okay, I know that this is 20, right, to this bottom corner here, but then there is a chamfer that goes up and it goes across, so that's not known for me. So I have to be comfortable to sort of like leave it. Okay, leave it, and I'll sort that out later. Now this one goes across 20 millimeters. Alright, and that is the corner for my and that is my corner for this. So I'm going to show you where it is. From here I go up 20 millimeters and I'm at this corner now. So from this corner, I'll go down to this corner over here at the bottom, so that I get the bottom right hand corner of the triangle. Okay, so the bottom right hand corner of the triangle, and I can trim, and I know that this can be extended to the next line. Okay, but however, maybe I shouldn't have extended it. I'm gonna bring it down a little. Okay, it's not gonna, this line is not gonna go all the way to the end. This line will go somewhere in the middle, and then it goes across. Okay, well, why is that so? Because this is what we are drawing right now. Okay, goes across, it doesn't join up to the top, right? It goes across and then it goes up again like a hook. Okay, but I don't know where that distance is, so I have to again delay. Okay, I have to delay the completion of this view till later, right? Now, what's the next thing you can do? Well, you can draw your center lines and you can draw your hidden lines. So let's just do that. Okay, I draw my center lines and I draw my hidden lines. Okay, and in fact this one goes all the way to the top. Okay, and I'm going to draw my hidden lines now, right? And my hidden lines come from the slot. You have to be careful that you don't tap onto the center lines that are very close to the edge. Okay, so you have to be careful about that. And next is the blind hole. Okay, so that it goes down to a certain distance, and what I'll do is that I'll offset, and they say that it wants it to be 30 deep. Alright, so I do an offset 30, and what I'll do is 30 deep, delete. Okay, and I trim this away. Now, how do you draw a blind hole? Well, this is 30 millimeters deep, but remember we have to do that cone, right? And that cone, if you can recall, is 120 degrees. And when you do the math, right? Let's see, where is it? It's 120 degrees, so it's 60 degrees from the center. Right, 60 degrees from the center. Right. So if you were to draw the line down, right? Draw the line down. So you want to create this cone over here. Okay. So what happens is that this angle here is 60 degrees as well. So what you can do is that if you get very confused with the you know that from here to here is 60 degrees. Okay, so actually it's 90 plus 60 is 150. So you just add a really large number, let's say 18, right? And then what you can do is you can select this line and you can lengthen. Alright, you can lengthen. Okay, and then just to be sure, you should check the angles. Oh, sorry, bad call. 60 degrees. It should be here. Let's make. I think I entered the angle wrongly. 30, and it should be 150. Okay, should be 150. And then what I do is that I select this and I lengthen it, right? And then I could trim this away. I could select this and delete it away. Okay. Alternatively, you can memorize, or you can do the math, and actually from this axis to this axis is 30 degrees. So if you don't want to waste time, you just draw a line and make sure it's 30 degrees. Now once this is done, you select the whole thing and you do a mirror command. Then you enter and you have the blind hole. Okay, you have the blind hole, right? Now from here, I am going to attempt to draw the end view, and the end view is looking from this side. Okay, it's looking from this side, and I'll start off with the base, right, and go up to the top, and I may come down and I draw across. Okay, so I'm gonna look at my notes that I have with me. Oops, I need to put it to outline. Okay, and this is the base, right? It starts from here, goes across, okay, and it goes up by 30 millimeters, then it goes across, and it goes down, and this is the front part of the slot, and this one goes all the way to the top. It goes in by a certain distance, this top surface, and this top surface is here. I'm drawing this line now. It goes in by a certain distance, but I do not know what this line is, so I have to make an approximate, say somewhere around there. Okay, then I have to continue from elsewhere to carry on with my drawing. Okay, and I can start from below and I go up, and I know that there is it goes up by 45. Okay, it goes up by 45 and it goes in by 26. Okay, and then it goes from 26, then it goes up again, but I don't know by how much. Okay, so I just approximate it over there. And if you were to look at the drawing, this line, the slope, extends all the way out and it touches this intersection here. So you can comfortably draw from this end and have an angle, okay, that is 28 degrees. So that's what I'll do. Comfortably start from here and put 88, tap 28 degrees, enter. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll trim it. I'll trim this. Okay, and actually what happens is that there isn't this line at all. Okay, so what you see is this edge over here. Alright, and I can draw the outline. I can draw the line that is from this base projected across, all the way across. Okay, and next there is an offset of 30 millimeters, so I can go in by, okay, I'm going to draw this line now. I can go in by 30 millimeters and join to the corner over here. Okay, that's what I can do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start from here, go in by 30 millimeters and join the corner over here. Okay, and that's what I get. Alright, so if you look from the end view, you will see this shape, right? You'll see this shape, this region here. So I'm going to draw out the details here, and if you look at it, it's not as simple as a trapezium. Okay, you notice there is a center line here. There is actually a cutout, and this cutout is due to the slot that was created. Okay, I'm going to attempt to draw this cutout. I have no dimensions of it, so I actually have to project, okay, from the plan view, because I know from the plan view I have this position. Then I know from the front view I have this position. So I'm going to try doing it, right? So from the front view, let me go to my construction line. From my front view, I'll choose the apex of that triangle. I'll project it all across, okay? And the apex of this triangle, right, is here, right? So I'm trying to find that point over there, okay? Then what I'm going to do is the same apex that's from here, I need to project it across, right? And that's one of the apex, okay? Now the next line, the next portion where it ends is here, okay? And it goes all the way up. And what this means is that I can go to my outline now, and I can draw starting from here to the corner and up. Alright? And you'll be tempted to delete this line away, right? But however, you actually have to leave it there because it is visible, right? This line is visible, and you think that, oh, there's no line here, it's invisible, but actually no, there isn't. It's actually this line over here. Okay, so this whole line is visible, and what you see is a little triangle. Okay, so you get like an inverted L or opposite L shape, right? Which looks like this. Okay, now at this point I will delete away. Okay, and then after you've done this, you want to revisit your front view and find the missing lines that you couldn't complete in the first place. And one of those missing lines is this intersection, and we only managed to get this because of how we can project the angle of the 28 degrees all the way to the corner, right? Before that we couldn't. So it's actually this line that goes right across, and that allows us to draw the outline of this part here. And that's where you get the seam cut. Can you see the seam cut that I have here? And it is shown here. This is the seam cut, right? Now after this, I also need to know where the cutout is. Can you see there is this hook over here, and that's projected across and all the way up, and it actually intersects at this point. So let's do a construction line, and it comes from here, and I bring it all the way across. Okay, and now from here I know that I will extend my line, and then I'll draw my outline, and then I'll complete my front view. Okay, I'll complete my front view because now I have the little hook, right? Little hook that is shown over here as well. Okay, and then you ask, hey, what about the plan view? This is missing, right? And this length here was not known. But now that you've drawn your end view, you can actually project it down. Okay, this is one of them. It's here. You can project it down, hitting the 45 degree meter line, and therefore you can go to your outline And this is what we have. Okay, now trim this away. And because now you know the top corner over here, you can then draw the angle down. Okay, but this angle, right, from the top, okay, will hit this portion over here. And where do we get this angle, right? We have to project again. Okay, where do we project from? We project from the front view, right? This slope ends here, so we project it down, right? And the slope actually ends here. Okay, and that's what it looks like, alright, from the plan view. Okay, is there any missing outlines? So I think we've got most of our outlines. Alright, we've got most of our outlines, and I want to delete some excess projection lines. I delete them so that it's clearer for me later. And now we are going to put our hidden lines. Okay, and there are two sets of hidden lines that you can see. The first set, of course, would come from actually it's more than two sets. There are two main sets. First it comes from the hole, second comes from the slot, and the third will actually come from the features that are inside over here, right, that we'll need to project across and up. Okay, so those are our hidden lines. I'm going to have to draw it with my construction lines, and I will do the slot first. Okay. I should draw it like that. You know why? I should draw it like that. Then after that, I will draw the center lines. You know these center lines? And what I'll do is, yeah, that later I'll convert these to center lines. I select them. Then I'll hit the 45-degree line. Then I'll go up. Okay. And this is where I will go find my hidden lines. The first hidden line is here, going down. Then the second hidden line is here, going down, right? And you plot across, yes, that's right. Then you check, yes, that's right. And these lines and this line here are my center line. Okay, I'm going to delete this, right? And I'm going to ask myself, where is the position of my drill hole? It's somewhere around here. Okay, and I am going to delete away all this because it's going to be very messy. Alright, and I will draw the center line of the center. I'm going to project the center line of the drill hole. Okay, and it must hit the 45-degree meter line. Okay, and it shares 26. It shares the same center line as the hidden line. So I'll stop here. I know what I'll do. I will move up closer. Okay. Sorry for being so cumbersome, but yes, the center line is here. Draw up across. Okay. And this is actually my center line. And I'm going to change it to center line, right? And what I'm going to do is I am going to do a copy, and I will copy my blind hole and with respect to this intersection so that I can bring it over to here. Okay, alright. And then there is a cutout all the way to the end. So what I will do is that I will make use of the construction line to project across and right up. And you actually know that it actually starts from here, and there is a hidden line from here to here. Okay, so the reason why this is done is because of the line that is behind. Okay, this line that is behind, when you look at the front view, you will see the triangle. Here is the outline, right? But after this line, from this point onwards, right, you will see this line. This is the visible line, and you will have what you call that, hidden line. Okay, you will have a hidden line. So starting from the corner of this triangle, so what happens is this. That's what you get. Right, the corner of this triangle is where you start the hidden line, and that's for the edge. Alright, once this is done, I can turn off my hidden layers, or I can tidy up. I can definitely tidy this up. And then I will do a mega trim, and you can left click, drag it across, left click, drag it across, left click, drag it across, and you cut all the hidden lines. And don't forget to remove. Then you zoom out and you select all the infinite lines that are outside of your borders. Okay, and we do a quick check by turning off the construction line so that we can see if we made any mistakes. And there you have figure 3 question 2d.